Hello, my name is Alexander Matos, and this is my communication research reflection. This is for COMS 3302. And this we'll be looking at a few methods that I lean towards a little more. So here we go. The first one that I'd like to talk about is ontology. Ontology is the study of nature of reality. And there are three categories to this one: realist, nominalist, and social constructionist. Um, So the question is, am I a realist, nominalist, or social constructionist? I consider myself to be a realist because I believe that reality is tangible. To give an example, the question of is God real? That idea that God is real is a concept that was created by the human mind in order to explain the mysteries of the universe and our existence in general. The belief that God is real is actually abstract, in my opinion. What I mean is, whatever we can perceive with our five senses, that to me is real. It's tangible. Seeing is believing, like the phrase goes. That's why I'm not a firm believer in religion in general. I take a more scientific viewpoint, and I believe what the evidence shows. And growing up, I was kind of raised religious, but as I was growing up, I took a more scientific approach to things, and I had my own opinion. I think that's what led me to be a realist in general. The next one I'd like to talk about is epistemology. Epistemology is the study of the nature of knowledge. The question is, am I an objectivist or a subjectivist? I believe that I'm a subjectivist because, in my opinion, everyone's perception is different. To give an example, comedy to me is subjective. What's funny to me might not be funny to somebody else. That's why there are so many levels of comedy, so that people can relate to, such as like humor or dark humor, and even sarcasm can be funny at times. But that's why there are so many, because not everybody thinks that comedy is funny, or your type of comedy is funny. The next one I like to talk about is axiology. Axiology is the study of values, which summarizes the worth of something. The theory works on comprehending nature and arguing about what is actually valued. So should our research be value free or value bound? I think for the most part, research should be value free because part of research is discovery. And when you discover new things, you have to have an unbiased opinion and have an open mind in general. You need to take in new theories and be able to prove those theories. You can't go into something thinking, oh, this is how it should be. So that's why I believe that it should be value free. The next one I'd like to talk about is research perspectives. Um, would you approach research through positivism, interpretivism, or critical perspective? I would approach research through positivism because I believe in tangible scientific research. This perspective, in my opinion, goes hand to hand with a realist perspective. I rely on scientific research for evidence to prove my theories. That's why the topic of is God real falls under this category. I prefer to take a more concrete evidence to gain knowledge about our world. Types of logical systems. So would I approach research through inductive or deductive model? Um, I would approach research with a deductive model because I would first start with a theory and from there gather data to support my theory. This model is theory driven and has a relation with a quantitative method, which leads me to my next part, research methods. Um, would you approach research through qualitative or quantitative method? I would approach research using a quantitative method because I would want to simplify, organize, and categorize the world. I rely on math and formulas and data to prove my theories. That is why I lean towards more a quantitative method. of conducting research. So my final thoughts. As I was reading more into all these topics, I noticed that there was a relation between them, like one led to the other. So like being a realist led to positivism, and that one led to a quantitative method. So I think I could firmly say that I am a realist that uses positivism and quantitative research. That's what I rely on. I rely on what is tangible and nothing and something that is and not something that is abstract. That is the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening. Here are my references. Everything I got, it was from the book, from the first two chapters. So thank you and have a great day.